my moose antlers in the background, but can't do that and talk too. We'll work on that more later. I finally got them mounted. Let's see. See that right there? That right there. So I'll try to scoot some stuff back here. I'm still cleaning this room, building the studio. That's going to be all that you get right now. So I hope everybody's doing well tonight. If you haven't seen one of these before, this is just a late night chat. I'm not doing my reloading on the reloading bench. A, because YouTube doesn't allow it, and B, because even though I'm not showing it, my entire room has got to get reorganized here. So hope everybody's doing well. Anyway, so make sure Disastrous Effects was up. What's up, Clint Keller? Greetings, sir. Make sure you do say hi in the comments. Sorry, I'm doing a bunch of stuff I should have done before. Hand here. Top messages, all messages. Hello, my friend in Alaska. What's up, Randy Man 338? Huh. Aren't you in Alaska too, Randy Man 338? So anyway, I'm just going to participate in the chat, watch the chat from my computer right here while I'm on my phone with this new vertical live streaming stuff. So anyway, we'll just talk about whatever you guys want to talk about. So what I did, this is just a practice. I bought one of these circular laminate wood things that you'd use for a stool top. Only $9 at Lowe's. And I bought a 2x3 because a 2x4 was too hard to fit inside the bone here for the way it cups on the backside. And so I got 2 pilot holes in the antlers, and the 2x3 split a couple of times. I've got 4-inch screws holding the 2x3 all the way directly through the stud on the wall. And then I've got 2 3/4 inch here, 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 and here, and 2 3/4 inch holding the 2x3 into the plate back there. So I know how I want to do it now, and so now I know how to make it. This is my prototype. I'm going to go buy another circular thing come payday. I'm going to finish it up real nice, pre-drill all the holes so that I don't split the wood like I did here, and that's what we're going to do. So, is what it is. I'm sorry, Randy Man. I assumed with a name like 3. I did live in Montana. Now you live in the Caliban, huh? So I get it, man. I get it. So anyway, that's a little bit about that. The studio room's a slow work in progress. I've been burning. My wife is. We found mold in the kids' room. The window wasn't sealed. Go to bed, man. It's like 9 o'clock. What are you talking about? So, how's gas prices in Alaska? About $3.59 is a good price around here. Yeah. Happy birthday, Adam. Yes, I'll say happy birthday to anybody. I'll even sing happy birthday if you really want me to. Yes, probably not for long. Yeah, hopefully not for long. Send all the stuff you can't own in the Caliban to me, Randy. What's up, Justin Perriman? Surprised you're still awake. Hope you're doing well. So, again, got this moose, shot it with the 6.5 by 284 Norma. And so, kind of is what it is. I'm going to be getting a desk in here where I'll move this camera back and have a good webcam and all that kind of stuff. So slowly but surely doing that. Meanwhile, while I'm moving stuff out of the other side of the wall in here to like the desk and stuff, we're going to be putting a lot of toys from the kids' room in there because we found mold in the kids' room. So that's that. John, what's the nice discussion? Any question you want to ask me, brother or sister? I don't know who you are, but yeah, anything you want to talk about, bullets, reloading, hunting, fishing, politics, which I hate politics. I hate both Republicans and Democrats. Like, there's literally not a candidate for president that represents me. You know, I vote on 3 issues. You got to be pro-life, pro-balanced budget, and pro-gun. Not necessarily in that order, but you got to be those 3 things, and that would be absolutely none of the candidates. So Kamala Harris is none of those things. She is absolutely terrible. The libertarian is not pro-life. I can't respect a person who doesn't believe in protecting babies. And then, Trump's not pro-gun. No, he's totally anti-gun. You know, he would sign it. He would sign an a federal assault weapons bill in a heartbeat. Do you have a Beretta 92? No, I have two Beretta APXs. I have APX and APX Centurion. I had the PX4. I've had a 92 in the past. It's not a great gun. Get the new M9A3 or M9A4. Those are the ones to get, Justin. Get those. Okay. So. Anyway, I'm trying to sign into my computer here so I can also look at the chat and ban people and all that kind of stuff. Any suggestion on non-calibrated gel medium to make a dummy out of? Just get gel and mix it to the right specs at Walmart. It's not going to last long. For every 16 ounces, 15 ounces, you put 1 ounce of hydrogen peroxide, and maybe you'll get 2 or 3 uses out of it. So, saw you tried the 110 TTSX and 300 mag. What are your thoughts on that particular build? I think Barnes is loading it as received reduced recoil 308. Yeah, I would not do it in reduced recoil. That TSX needs a lot of speed. It needs a lot of speed. So I would not do it as a reduced recoil. But if you have an AR-10 or something, it doesn't kick anyway. So, and you want to make sure that that's getting 3,300 feet per second in a 308, which it can easily do. Because I can get 3,200 in a 22-inch barrel with the 130 grain TTSX. So that's that. So anyway, Beretta 950 all day, 25 y'all, Smith range, 0.25. I don't even know what a Beretta 950 is, man. To look that up. 17 revolver for EDC. If it's the only thing you have, it's better than a sharp stick, but not by much. Yeah. I hope you don't have to take a distance shot. It'll get blown around in the wind. All right, like by distance, I mean like 12 yards. It'll get blown around. Hey, when I signed up with this email, they would not let me have 338. They made 388. Oh, weird. Maybe somebody else already had it. Sorry about that. Hate is a strong word. How can you be capable in such sentiment? I have no idea, guy that comments. And what did I say I hated? I hate talking politics. Say hello to Sama, please. She's my sis. Hello, Sama. Tika T3X or American 3, Ruger American 308. General, I would say go with the Tika. The one thing about the Ruger American, they do have a better cheek weld. You're going to have to glass bed them because their stocks are still flimsy, even on the two. You're going to get a much better stock, a much better everything on the Tika, except you'll have to get a raised cheek piece on the Tika. And you'll have to get a scope that has 4-inch eye relief, especially if you're short arms like me, where you're really tucking into that rifle. Yeah, you don't want to get scoped all the time. 308, 180 grain Federals, 23 more days. Oh, wow, you're waiting on 23 more days for them? I've got a video on them on the 180 grain terminal ascent. That's the best, or 175 grain terminal ascent, I think it is. Yeah, Tika. 950 is Alaskan. Oh, yeah, that big, huge thing. Yep. Yeah, make them haul, but copper bullets need speed. Yep. Any tips for a pre-med student? Study as much as you can, brother, and learn holistic medicine. Don't do that. English or Spanish? I only know English and je parle français en toi. Or patois. Yeah, I don't even remember how to say very little anymore. I used to know. No. 1911 or 2011. It doesn't matter as long as it's 10 millimeter. The Lord's caliber. How many points back there on that wall, brother? I haven't counted the number of points. He's 44 inches, but the number of actual points: 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 on one side. And 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19 total. So he's got 10 on the other side. Yeah. So he's a 9 by 10. He's not real huge. Still got the velvet on. It was in the middle, peeling off when I got him. Yeah, he's peeling his velvet off and trying to get some when I got him. That was not nice of me. So I start college next week, excited but scared. There you go. Just do the best you can. Learn it. Study the anatomy book. You're a legend. Thanks. 23 more days till September 1st. Alberta moose hunt for 3 weeks. There you go. 180 drain trophy bonded tip. Any experience with those on moose? No. I've never tested the trophy bonded tip. So I'd like to, but I've never tested that. So kind of is what it is. Let me see here. Go to my channel. Alright, late night moose gun chat. There we go. Alright, late night moose gun chat. Alright. Now I can see a little bit 10mm rocks. Absolutely 10mm rocks. Okay, thank you. Yeah, sorry about that. A moose any size is still a fur tank. Yeah, it's huge. Still a huge body. It's one of the biggest body moose I've ever seen. How do you feel about SDI? I've heard a couple of buddies I served with said they got ripped off. I haven't a dog in the fight, so I don't know. I've talked with them face to face at Iraq Veteran 88. They were good. They seemed like it was nice. I mean, Tim from Military Arms Channel recommends Modern Gun School. I would compare them both, see what it is. 10mm is awesome, but I got to start reloading that. Banshee eats ammo like a 5-year-old eats M&Ms. There you go. Are you an LBGT hunter? No, I don't. I don't hunt people, even if they are crazy in the head. Whether they're LBGT or Trump lovers or whatever they are. All right, not gonna hunt people. That's crazy. All right, and probably means you're crazy too, Cornferrado. Congrats, Stefan, putting you on the keep alive at all costs SHTF list. Hey, thank you, guy that comments. I appreciate that. Alright. Beretta 92 Brigadier, own Samurai Edge replica, game Resident Evil, and a cheap gun, about $2,000. Well, I mean, if you like Safe Queens, I mean, if you're getting a collector's gun, it's a Safe Queen. Let's be honest. I don't like Safe Queens. I don't like guns that I look at for prettiness. Knives, that's another story. But guns, no. Yeah. I like 338.06 for Moose. 30 caliber works great too. Yeah, 338.06 is just a little bit slow, but it works. SDI, it depends on your instructor. I found mine was a, there you go. Thoughts on 300 Win? Make sure you get one with a decently heavy barrel, because mine's got 26-inch lightweight barrel, and it's got a 2-inch muzzle brake at the end, so it's 28 inches total, and it just does not like to shoot accurately. You gotta, to get a good group, you've got to wait 5 minutes with the air cooler in the barrel, and then you can shoot maybe you'll shoot an inch group. It's barrel whip all around. I just free floated and glass bedded it. It was a Weatherby Vanguard First Light. If that doesn't work, I'm going to sell it and try to get me one of the Great Lakes firearms. Guns are tools, that's right. Hello, Cherry Berry. All right, Tired Regnant, how'd you get a Velvet Moose? Archery season? No. I was expecting him to not be in Velvet. He just has not peeled yet. He was late peeling. I got him September 8th. I mean, early moose hunts are in August, and the typical moose hunts are September 1st, that kind of thing. So, I've actually not killed. The only animal I've killed that didn't have velvet was a November caribou cow caribou. She still had her antlers, and they were small antlers. I mean, they look like a little buck's antlers from a whitetail, but those are the only antlers in Alaska I've killed that did not have velvet on it. So that's that. Archery season or a deadhead? Yeah, no. I got this one. I shot it with my 6.5 by 284 Norma. Hey man, have a good night, Justin Perriman. It's good to see you. No way, that's so cool. You in Alaska? Yeah. I live here in Alaska, hence the name Alaskan Ballistics. But yeah. On a scale of 1 to 10, how millennial is it? This is a good discussion question, to have a pocket knife dedicating to cut avocados. Avocados are good for you and they taste good, man. I don't care. I'll give you a 7.5. 7.5. It's pretty millennial, but whatever. I'm like on the border year for between millennial and Gen X, so kind of is what it is. Yeah. All right. Is Alaska overrun with people, or is it not too bad? It is and it isn't. I mean, you can get out a way where you'll never see another human being. But on the road system, you're going to be hunting with other people unless you are willing to drive your four-wheeler 25 miles down a four-wheeler trail, which Most people aren't, including myself. Mainly because I got an old four-wheeler that I bought from my neighbor, and I'm hoping it's going to keep running. Let's see. I work in a kitchen. I carry a knife on me constantly. I was born in 2002. Yeah, yeah, no, that's cool, man. All right, that's cool. Congratulations on being 22 years old. Yeah, there you go. I'm thinking of a 44 number 4 contour and 300 Winchester mag at 25 inches. That's not a bad one if you're going custom. I'm going to tell you, go ahead and get 26 inches. Like, you're not going to notice the difference. Thread it and put the muzzle brake on after that. You're going to get some incredible ballistics from a 26-inch 300 Magnum. That's the one thing I do like about my 300 Win Mag, is it gets speed. If it's properly loaded and the factory hasn't skimped on the powder charge, I'm talking to you, Barnes LRX and Hornady Superformats and all that stuff, and Norma. Oh gosh, the Norma Bond Strikes were awful. But if you do that, it just kind of is what it is. You'll get some incredible speeds. Like I was really surprised the other day that I didn't top out over 4,000 with those 110 grains. What's up, Anonymous F? Okay, I can do the 26. Didn't take much convincing. Hungus Mungus Trump 2024. Yeah, I guess he's better than the rest of them. Yeah, remember, he's still anti-gun, and he allowed 9.5 trillion more dollars in debt during his administration. So, he's a rhino like the rest of them, but I guess he's better than Kamala. And if you don't agree with me saying Trump is a rhino, I got 9.5 trillion reasons why you're wrong. Kind of hard, though. I got salmon running in the river 200 yards where I sit now. Just don't want to eat. Oh, yeah. Hey, salmon's good, though, man. I'm in southern Ontario, and flights to Alaska are pretty cheap. My brother and I want to fly there for salmon and trout fish in the rivers, yeah. We got good rainbow trout in the lakes here, man. You can catch it. It's like catching brim in a pond down south. I'm from Georgia originally. I mean, I just throw a worm on a hook on a bobber with some lead in it, and man, we get trout all the time. Dakota Bobs, I'm digging the content. I'm a sub. Sweet. I appreciate that. Share all the videos you can. Gen X is called that because they were born during the Aliens franchise that contained the fictional species xenomorphs. So that would be born in the late 70s, early 80s. Guy that comments, correct? Just say I saw a freaking 8-inch barrel 300 Win Mag AR. 8-inch. Yeah, who was it called a flamethrower? Yeah. Hi, Bubba. I'm not Bubba, Jonathan Taylor. All right, but hello to you, Bubba. That's a good Southern Bubba name right there, Jonathan Taylor. Dragon Eye. I wish rifle hunting was legal where I'm at. Northern Minnesota, it's legal, but everywhere else in Minnesota, it's not. Yeah, I get it. But muzzle loading, man, with muzzle loaders and projectiles these days, you can actually get 200-300 yards if you know what you're doing with good scope and like that. Dragon Eye, look at muzzle loaders, and having a rifle for other fun stuff. Some of us in Florida have knives for oranges and some for gators. There you go. Brick Slow Fi, if you are voting for Kamala, you are absolutely retarded. So we are going to remove that. I mean, not that we have much choice between Kamala and Trump. It's just slightly better for Trump. I have the action stock. I'm just doing a barrel swap. Oh, cool. Randy Man 388. I'm seeking boisterous and powerful. And you're a troll. You're going in the remove pile. You kind of look like a Kamala Harris supporter. Yep. Well, I'm not. She's completely communist. What part of Georgia are you from? Shotgun slugs and pistol only. Oh, yeah. Well, hey, you can get some good velocities with pistols. 10mm, 9-inch barrel, 100 grain extreme defenders. Man, you can get some speed. You can get some distance. If you knew what you were doing, you could regularly hit an 8-inch circle out to 100 yards or 150 yards with that. What part of Georgia are you from? Just south of Atlanta. Protect the trans and kids from guns. How about we protect you? How are you going to protect the kids from guns? There's 40 million AR-15s and AK-47s and other rifles in circulation in the United States. 40 million. You can't take them all away. You don't have enough soldiers to take them all away. You don't have enough soldiers combined with police to take them all away. And a lot of people are going to get hurt from that. You know how you protect the trans and the kids from guns? You have another person with the guns there. And if you don't understand that, Brie Lofi, you are absolutely freaking retarded. And you have your head up your butt. You need to move your head from your butt, Brie Lofi. I'm talking to this girl right here. Yeah, so that's just what it is. If you don't understand that, Brie Lofi, then the only way to protect somebody from a bad person with a gun is to have a good person with a gun. Okay, I'm a school teacher. I'm in there every day with my Second Amendment rights being denied. Okay, all right. The only way I can protect kids from a guy with a gun is if I had a gun to shoot back, and I don't. And I'm going to gladly give my life so that they can get out of there while my wife sues for not letting me have my Second Amendment rights over my dead body. Okay, Brie Lofi, you have no idea. And by the way, I'm all about protecting trans people. Okay, they don't deserve to be murdered. Okay, but they are crazy. They do deserve to be in the loony house, because if you have a penis, you're a boy, and if you don't have a penis, you're a girl. That's the way it works. And if you don't like that, all right, then you have some serious mental issues, Brie Lofi. Okay, so Brie Lofi, you have some serious mental issues because you just don't understand reality. I touch a piece of salmon, slice it, and make it my own sushi. There you go. Ugh. What's your honest opinion of Arabs, sir? I really haven't met a lot, except a few here and there. Wasn't in the military. I don't do that. So it's time for mandatory buyback. That's stupid. Okay, you can't buy back what you never owned, and the government just left $84 billion worth of stuff in Afghanistan for a terrorist government called the Taliban. Okay, how can I trust the government with my guns, Brie Lofi? How stupid are you? You just keep making stupid after stupid comment after stupid comment. You are absolutely freaking retarded, Brie Lofi. Freaking retarded. Okay. Pike Slayer 69. Lee, 1 ounce cast slugs and 50 grains of blue dot as a flamethrower. There you go. That kind of comments, I'm just making stuff up. Do you know a band named Nirvana? Yeah, of course. Backyard Funk Country Boy Chump 24, baby. Yeah, he's better than the rest of them. He's still a rhino. I mean, he raised the national debt 9.5 trillion. He still advocated red flag laws. He still went behind Congress's back to ban the bump stocks. He's an anti-gun liberal. He really is. All right, Trump is. All right, he's just better than the rest of them. He's still an anti-gun liberal. Okay, so. Nice Antler's brother, thanks. I don't know if you've seen them. There's 9 points on that side. That's the side that made them legal with the 4 brow tines right there. And 10 points on that side. So we're going to have them right above my head like I promised. And this is just a temporary mounting, so we'll do that. You look like Lee Syatt. Don't know that. Have you been radicalized by Tucker Carlson? I don't watch Tucker Carlson. Okay? Brie Lofi, have you been radicalized by Kamala Harris? Have you been radicalized by Bloomberg or every town for you've been radicalized? Have you been radicalized? Because you're the one that's spewing anti-American, anti-freedom shit right now, Brie Lofi. Okay? How stupid are you? You are the one just absolutely, Brie Lofi, being absolutely like you need to leave this planet and go live on another planet so that your genes are not in the gene pool. So we don't have your brainwashed DNA, Brie Lofi. That's how dumb you freaking are. Okay? Okay? All right? All right, you assume I'm radicalized by Tucker Carlson? No. I've been a pro-Second Amendment my whole entire life before Tucker Carlson even knew what he was. Okay? No, you cannot have a government that protects your freedom of speech if they're taking away your guns and putting you at gunpoint. Okay? You know who's killed the most people in mass shootings? The government. Okay? Look it up. It's called Waco, Texas. Okay? The government has killed more people in mass shootings, and you want them to have my rifles? Brie Lofi, how fucking dumb are you? You just get some bitch slapped. Because you're just totally freaking retarded. Yeah, now this I agree with. Protect the kids from trans. Absolutely. All right. Absolutely. It's a xenomorph handgun. Uh, ooh. I'd have to say probably Desert Eagle 44 mag. How goes the hunt? I'm not hunting much, man. My back into that. I guess I'm a liberal, but all the men I'm attracted to are conservatives. Well, yeah. That means you want somebody who has a steady job. You want somebody that goes to work. You want somebody who believes in hard work. You want somebody who is willing to provide for their family, willing to defend their family. All right. So I'm going to keep it real. You're a liberal. If you're a liberal, you realize that that doesn't work. You're smart enough to realize that that brand of satanic thinking doesn't work when you want a guy. Okay? So I'm going to keep it real. All right? You might want to think about, maybe I shouldn't kill a baby that's inside of me. And they literally rip it out, put piece by piece, and call it surgery. Yeah. Maybe I shouldn't do that. Okay? Maybe I shouldn't ban other people's guns and then have the government come slaughter them like's happened in every country that's banned guns. Okay? Your basic rights are gone once you get it. You can be jailed for freedom of speech stuff in England right now. They turned in their guns. Okay? I'm from a city called Rome. Yeah, my parents live in Rome now. I grew up in Georgia, so I know exactly where that's at. I don't think I've ever been to Rome, though. You look like Tom Segura. I have no idea who that is, Big Pasta. It's sad. People don't understand some of the simple stuff. I know. Brelofi, do you have trans students? Yeah. Yeah, I've had some students that are trans. I treat them with the utmost respect. Okay? But I don't force their religion on myself. I call them by their name. Okay? I call them by their last name. Half the time. Okay? But I'm not going to say, hey, you're a boy, and I'm going to say she now. Like, no, because that's against my religion. And it's against basic biology. But, that's that. What's up, Trapper Scotty? I think school teachers should go through similar firearms training as law enforcement. Dragon, I completely agree, and we had that bill to pass here in the legislature, but nobody wanted to pass it. So, Irish Devil Batman. There are 120 firearms to every 100 Americans. We have more guns than people. Firearm education is something that needs to be brought back. Absolutely. Let me get a moderator. You heard? No, I don't know you. In fact, we're going to have to put you in timeout if you're just asking for a moderator. All right. That's weird. Instead of gun-free soon, outside of schools, they need to say teachers are armed. Absolutely. I see Freak Bob in the back. Okay, you're weird. Tom Segura, who's that? Look back. 18 plus. Got some trolls in here that we're just going to put in timeout. So one thing about vertical live stream. I don't mind having like Brie Lofi or whatever her name is. You're putting in stuff in here. We're having a lively discussion. That's fine. I love the 300 Win Mag smoking the 7mm video. Well, thank you. I appreciate that. Yeah, so appreciate that. Was a good video. Everybody go check that out. If you're one of my channel moderators, yeah, go ahead. In the past, teachers kept Cold Steel ready, and they turned schools and schools into gun-free zones. That's right. I mean, the only way to enforce a gun-free zone is with another person with a gun. Ever utilize a thermos when hunting, either to slow cook a meal or preserving a hot meal later in the day? I think some of those cans keep for meal light for 10 hours. So, my dad loved doing that, and he wasn't a coffee drinker, but he'd have hot tea in that one of those, and it would still be hot like middle of the day. Growing up deer hunting in Georgia, I don't do that here. I focus on more of I'm gonna sweat, all right, and so very thin layer in the winter of what I call thermosilks. They're very, very thin under the pants. They allow you to breathe, and then I'll wear water resistant pants, and then I'll wear, if it's really cold that day, I'll wear coveralls over me. Most of the time I don't, and I have the coveralls with me in case I sit down for a while. But I concentrate on staying warm for a winter hunt, but not on anything else. So You're completely right. If people think they can just take away guns, that's stupid. We're basically handing bad guys our valuable rights because it takes the cops 10 minutes to get there. Yep, nice bull. Thanks, Fiji. I appreciate that. Hey, buddy, you are on your point with your president comments. Yeah, I try to. I mean, because Trump picked J.D. Vance, I'll probably vote for Trump. I don't love J.D. Vance. He's a war hawk. All right, I don't want to be involved in another foreign war. But he's much better on the Second Amendment than even Trump is. Way better. Well, it doesn't hard to be better than Trump, but is what it is. We'll see. What's up, Wade Lucero? K for hunting, left for ranting. What's the minimum size of an antler moose you can shoot in AK? All right. There's some places that are any bull. There's some places that are just spikes. They have to have just 2 points, spikes. And then you can also have a spike fork. So one of them could have a fork. If they both have a fork, it's illegal. But one of them could have a fork. And then they either have to be, in a lot of places where I got this one, they have to be 50 inches wide. This one's not 50 inches wide. It's 44 inches. But they have to have 4 brow tines. And so here's 1, 2, 3, 4 brow tines coming off the brow here. And you got to be real careful because sometimes there's one in between here that looks like a brow tine. But usually when they're big enough to grow that one, they do that. You're a real nice school. Bree, thank you. I do my best to do what I can for my kids. I do everything I can for my kids, Bree. So, I do anything. I do anything for the kids. I coach basketball for free. I coach ultimate frisbee for the kids for free. I bring ultimate frisbee to a school that is technically in the south part of the worst ghetto in Anchorage, and I love it. All right, and they love and I love those kids, and so is what it is. Yep, we have 2 wings of the same vulture. One wing sucks, and the other is completely broken. Yeah, can't. Coach Dog GW1, Coach Dog GW1. I couldn't say it any better. Ahmad Jarad, don't you think it's brainwashed to support Israel, considering they pay politicians to carry out pro-Israel policy? Sometimes, yes, I do. Sometimes I think you support Israel because they're right. Sometimes they're not right. You don't support them. So, Ahmad, as a Christian, the Bible calls me to pray for peace in Jerusalem. That's what it calls me to do. It does not call me to support everything the Jews do. It does not call me to support everything the Arabs do. It calls me to pray for peace in Jerusalem. So that's what I plan on doing, Ahmad. I hope that's okay with you. I would rather have peace there, and I would hope both of them come to know Christ as their Savior. But that is what it is. Ruby Ridge, buddy. Yep. Ruby Ridge, Waco. What's up, David Thompson? I just realized you were live. Yeah. Just finally got the antlers up on the wall, so we're going to do a little live. You can see where it was peeling the velvet back there. How do I get a wrench? I don't know, Anonymous F. We'll have to see. Oh, we got to take away the people, not the amendment. Yeah. Take Tim Hagen. Well said, brother. How do I get a wrench? Anonymous F. Yeah, let's see. Shoop. Add as moderator, standard moderator. There you go. Central Arkansas Police. All right, cool, man. If I ever move from Alaska, Central Arkansas is one of the places I kind of want to go. Central to Northern Arkansas or lower Missouri. 308 for moose. Absolutely. Last year I killed this moose. It was a little light, but I killed it with my 6.5 by 284 Norma, which shoots a 127 grain Barnes LRX bullet about just under 3,000 feet per second. A little bit over if I was using one type of brass. Obviously, it's a hand-loaded round. All right, but it takes the old 284 Winchester case and necks it to a 6.5 bullet with those high BCs. And so I get, I don't know, 90 to 100 feet per second less than a 6.5 PRC, but 90 to 100 feet per second more than a 6.5 Creedmoor. So it's right in there, in the middle. And a 130 grain Barnes TTSX, different bullet, different style of bullet, but out of a 308 can go 3150. Like they're going 3150 out of my 18-inch barrel 308 with tack powder. So is 308 enough for moose? Well, I killed this with less than a 308. That's what I meant to say. That's what I was saying. All that to say that. So I killed this with one of his less than 308. Did I have to put another shot in him when I got up to him because he was suffering and he was kicking those big legs? Yeah, I did. I had to put another one. I had to get real careful and put another one through the back of his neck. So am I going to Am I going to um, am I going to go with that again? Probably not. I'm probably going to go with my 7 mag. And if you can do bigger than 30-06, do it. But there are plenty of people who use 308 for moose. 150 grain TTSX. It's great. That's what I would hunt everything in Alaska with the 150 grain TTSX. Cool. Joe Rogan, Trump or Kamala? I really like neither one. Um, Joe Rogan, I really like neither one. So I'd have to go. I lean towards Trump because he's better on gun rights than Kamala, and he's pro-life. Kamala believes in ripping babies out of their mamas and calling it choice. That's absolutely stupid. But yeah, I would say I'd have to go with Trump over Kamala, but I don't like either one of them. I mean, Trump had, and during his last administration, had $9.5 trillion added to the national debt from. No, he didn't veto any spending bills, and he attacked the Second Amendment, advocating red flag laws and going around Congress to ban the bump stocks, which they found was illegal to do. So, just got in Cargill, just got overturned by the Supreme Court in a major case called Cargill. Oof, bonjour de Paris, bienvenue. All right, je parle français un peu, très un peu. All right, those are yeah, I'm sure it's really Joe Rogan. You know, it's 408 hate shy tech for most. There you good. 38 Winchester is good, Hostman. Saw you at Kohl's live. Okay. You're a propaganda bot NPC. I would say that's what you are, Brie Lofi. You have literally said nothing but propaganda on here with no facts to support it. And so, Brie Lofi, you are an awful, hurtful person who hates America and hates freedom, and you don't want to protect trans kids. You want to make kids trans and say it's okay. Okay, protecting trans kids would be helping them work through their mental problems. That would be protecting them. Protecting other kids would be having a gun to protect them with. Okay, not denying teachers their Second Amendment rights, their God-given rights. Okay, and if you don't believe in God, fine. They're universe-given rights. Same thing. I mean, you think the universe does something for you, that's the same thing as thinking God does something for you. So that is what it is. So good evening from Brazil. I'm not going to even try to pronounce your name, but thank you for coming. I appreciate it. Hold your beliefs, my dude. I'm doing my best. Trapper Scotty, the Joe Rogan? Yeah, I doubt he's the Joe Rogan, but it is what it is. Hi, y'all. What's up? Teddy Two Guns, channel member. Appreciate it. Anonymous F. When hunting caribou, are you tracking a herd, picking them off run from the outer reaches? Is it calling one in work, or what's the effective method? I sit and wait. It was worked for me. This year, I couldn't carry the price on my back. Thought I made you a moderator. Yeah, okay. It doesn't show you as a moderator yet, but. What? I didn't delete the message of you. I didn't mean to delete your message. Somehow I deleted your message, Anonymous F. You're all good. Barney Carba. Colbrand, hi. Spanner, I don't know what you're talking about there. So we'll just, remove your message. No need for a mod. Yeah, unfortunately. Golub, I don't know. Drake or Kendrick? I don't even know who you're talking about right now. Can I get a shout out? Sure, Scream. Shout out to Scream. Friend, you have your hands full. I heard that. Okay, Dragon Eye. I love the discussion going on here. You've earned a subscriber. Good night from Minnesota. Good night, man. Have a good night. I had a shooting class in high school. WTF. Exactly. There you go. Just jumped in, Chuck. I'm happy to make trolls disappear. And trolls. Thanks, David Thompson. 67 Rebel SSCAMC. Thanks. My ex decided to go left. I don't see him being able to have the ideal traditional and career woman who is completely financially independent and yet willing to wait on him hand and foot. Yeah. Donna Marie. Yeah. It sounds like that was his loss. What's up, gun guy, metal guy USA? I used to hunt as a child because we didn't have money for meat. Nowadays, it is illegal here in Brazil except for wild boar control. Hmm. Yep, they took away your right to, instead of managing it like they do here and giving you certain limits and stuff like that, they took away your right to provide for yourself. Sounds like you need to move from Brazil to Alaska. Is there anyone in the U.S. who really believes that guns will be taken from people? Yeah, I do. I really do. They're trying to do it with red flag laws and have successfully taken them away from some people. They're trying to do it. I mean, what do you think Ruby Ridge was? What do you think Waco was? All right. There's all these different things. Yeah. Yep. Is there anyone in the U.S.? Yeah. Do like, smash those likes. Corn pop. Who knew? Do you take pelts from the animals you harvest? Yeah. Yes, I do. Sometimes. Uh, you freeze them. I take them to a taxidermist. A pelt to a taxidermist. Trump or Biden? Neither would be my. I mean, Trump was $9.5 trillion in debt, and Biden's the same. I mean, they're just awful candidates. Like neither one of them are good. All right, you know. So is what it is. Yes, but I'll have to vote for Trump over Kamala Biden or whatever. But only because I hope that Trump croaks and Vance, not really croaks. I hope he steps down and Vance becomes president. I'd much rather have Vance than Trump. Firearm safety starts at home by teaching your children from the time they start walking. Yes, absolutely true. I've got shorts on the channel of my 2.5-year-old. He's now 4. And we're just going over the safety rules. Now we've added one more from since then. Okay. Exactly, Owen Williams. Can't even find deer during hunting season. I don't need to worry about a moose gun. Ooh, if you can't find deer during hunting season, that's a problem, man. You're doing something wrong. So tell me are you hunting public land? That really hurts. If you can find and afford to hunt private land in your area, that's what you need to do. If you can't find deer during hunting season, like you need to be doing that. FJB, I agree, Trapper Scotty. Bible calls you to do so. Golub, I don't remember your last comment, so Bible calls me. Is anyone in the U.S. who really believes? Yeah. Saw that going to fall with the antlers. It would have if it stayed in the wild, but no, it's going to be preserved. This is the velvet. They grow the antlers every year under this velvet. This is the fur and the skin and the blood vessels that actually grow the antlers. And his was in the process of peeling off in a couple places, like they do every year when I got him. So I always pray for peace. I know my Lord and Savior. There you go. You're very sensible for a Christian. I try to be. Best time to call moose, except one of those Ken Capling moose calls. Got one of those Ken Capling moose calls. Early September is best time to call moose. Be about a 2-hour drive there. So it's cruising pretty good. I guess so. Thank you. You're welcome, Anonymous F. Jason Forster, would you consider 7mm rate for moose? Yeah, I've actually got one here. Yeah, it's sitting right here next to me, as a matter of fact. So I glass bedded it the other day. So, yep. I have a Lee 303 Lee Enfield, and girlfriend has a 308 Winchester XRP. There you go. That'll work. I'm not pro-Israel, but I'm not anti-terror. I am anti-terrorism, but as an American, I believe in revolting against an oppressive government. There you go. Are there some big cats out there? Yes. People tell you there are no big cats in Alaska. I've seen one. Seen one crossing the park at Clark's Road and Rabbit Creek Road early in the morning about 9 years ago. So, yeah, it's all big old cat. So, it's a big cat. 308 short on longer shots. Yeah, that's the one thing about 308 is delivering the energy past 500 yards. Oppressive regime. Gotcha. Hit those thumbs up. Appreciate that. Anonymous F. Anonymous Pro. Look out for Chuck in the monitor. Yeah, there you go. So where were all those my body, my boy chase types during the pandemic when we were all being forced to take the jab? Exactly. Thank you, David Thompson. Hello from the Tundra Nation. What's up, Uncle Cushion? Man, yeah. I need to ask. I need to ask. What's his name? Tyler, if he'll let me on the chat one night, since I live in the real tundra and walked on real tundra, unlike him, because I don't even have real tundra in Minnesota. How you doing, Uncle Cushion, man? It's been a long time no see. Yeah, I won't be at IV-88 this year, but I'll try to be at a SHOT Show. Good morning from Wyoming. Good morning, Debbie. What's up, David Dave? David Dave. Yikes. Yikes. Paul Jensen, 300 kills my swamp donkey. There you go. So you're a vax for me. Nobody tells me what to put in my body. I'm a veteran. I'm sure. Hello from North Carolina, Owen Williams. Your stream just showed up in my algorithm. Hello from Ohio. Hello. How you doing, Justin? Let's see, Teddy Two Guns, Kendrick, F Canada. Oh, and me too, bro. What town? In Texas. They won't do. SH Bubba. Yeah, there you go. Individuals, yeah, but I can't see the whole country. Yes, Americans are worried. We will not comply. Freedom. There you go. Let's see, messages held us for you. ICU dog says I'm a moron. Well, you know, I have a better IQ than your mom. So let's see. We'll hide him. There you go. Mindy Hudson, I'm on a quest to comment every live short. I'm also here to say just died on the cross to get rid of our sins. Never gives up, us, forgive us, amen. Amen. Appreciate you. Did you watch Trump's news conference today? No, I don't watch them. I literally don't watch any political stuff. I mean, there's literally no point. I know where they stand on the issues. I know none of them really represent me. And I know I'm basically voting for Trump because of his vice president pick being a really strong 2A guy. So, David Wilson, new sub from Alamosa, Colorado. Cool. Check out the channel. All the videos I make comparing ammo. Crazy thing about that is when you print your own money and run the country, is it really debt? Yeah, I mean, the problem is we're paying for it with inflation. I mean, printing money makes it worth less. And so we're doing it. And we don't print the money. The private bank called the Federal Reserve prints the money. It's a private bank. You're from Alaska. Advice for moving to Alaska. If you have guns and ammos and stuff like me, take the ferry. That way you can bring your primers and powders and stuff like that up. I did not take my reloading stuff. If I'd known I could have, I would have. Advice, have a job before you come up here. Find a place you can stay. If you have a dog, it's going to be hard to find a place you can stay that allows dogs. It's very difficult. If you don't have a dog, you know, that's even better. You know, of course, cats are crazy, but whatever. You do you. So. Both you and the Yankee Marshal agree on one thing. Agree on thing. Both candidates are terrible. You're just going to talk about that today. Yeah, both. Yeah. Exactly. I do the same with beef or calf liver. What were you talking about, anonymous stuff? I didn't see your last thing. Anyway. Bald. Yep, Sebastian Lover, I am. That's 300 Win Mag for me. What's up, Justin? That's good caliber. I love venison. Good, Jacob Elmer. Yep. Yep. If Savage just had good quality rifles, none of the, like, I've got one Savage that works out of the 3 high-powered rifles that I've had, 3 different ones that I've had, one of them works well. Thoughts on 10 millimeter for hunting? Yeah, use it. People use it for grizzly bear defense up here all the time, successfully, because it penetrates well. So, Justin, 270 Win for smaller. Yep, telling 270 Winchesters like 30-06 for women. That's what I always say. I have those headphones. Yeah, thanks. Yeah, I got these at Fred Meyer's. Cougars in Alberta too. Yeah. What's your favorite caliber for moose? Well, I took this one with my 6.5 by 284, and this is the only moose I've taken. So my favorite caliber for moose is 6.5 by 284. I would use something heavier. 300 Win Mag, 375 Ruger, 338 Win Mag. All those are good ones. So in Ohio, just stick with my 12 gauge. There you go. You gotta do what you gotta do. What's up, Jason? Sorry, I cannot pronounce your last name. There you go. 300 Win Mag rules for moose. It's the most popular caliber in Alaska. It's horrible if you can't find deer in Oregon. There's like 5 deer in my yard daily. It's crazy if you don't eat deer every day. There you go. I'm a big fan. Thanks, Jason. I appreciate it. They put a collar on a big male tom mountain lion here in Oklahoma. It arranged a 400-mile circle. Yeah, yeah. So if they have them in, I know they have them in British Columbia. So they've got to be coming over to Alaska at some point. Yeah. Uncle Cushion, I don't think we're going to IV-88 this year. I'm sure he'd love to have you on. I'm the next few weeks. I'll mention it to Tyler. Yeah, in the next few. Yeah, mention it. I mean, he has my email. I mean, yeah, he probably has my phone number. So, yeah, if he doesn't, tell him to email me for my phone number. So, can you name a car for an edit? You're gonna do a whole car build. I love these trolls that talk about nothing. Yeah, my first car was an '86 Chevrolet Cavalier. All right, '86, and when I wrecked it, we bought another '86 Chevrolet Cavalier station wagon. So that's what it is. I'm turning 10 in 4 days. Good. Happy birthday. Make sure your parents know what you're watching on YouTube. All right, are caribou herd migration paths predictable? Generally speaking, yeah. Yeah, no, you couldn't, you wouldn't want to do that. You wouldn't want to do that. They're predictable enough that you could have just a few hunter, or you could just go out where you need to go. Can a 357 take down moose? Absolutely. Would it be my first choice? Absolutely not. Banana Man already took care of that. What's your dream car? My dream car. Well, I have a Toyota Tundra that I'm driving right now. So other than jacking it up a little bit, yeah, it's pretty much my dream. So what do you use for bedding compound? Is it a difficult process? Have you showed a video embed your rifle's actions video? I did not show a video because YouTube does not like showing, and there's plenty of other people who could do it better on Rumble. I use the Wheeler compound. Give me a second, I'll grab it. So this is the stuff I used. Bedrock. So I hope you can see that. I hope it turns it around on your screen, but yeah, there you go. So kind of is what it is. I'll see I've used the Arca glass before. I think it's a little easier than that stuff. So, which they advertise this to be easy, but it's what it is. Frosty Rose, hi, how you doing? Do you own any big boys, 375 H&H 416 Riggy, Ruger, or bigger? My camera guy owns a 375 Ruger. I've been toying with the idea of trading my 338 for a 375 Ruger, especially since ammo is more available for the 375 Ruger. Pinky from Friday, queso. 50 yards, Savage is great and cheap, except when they don't work. 7mm 08 for big game. Yeah, use a Barnes bullet. Use a Barnes. If you got a short barrel, use a Barnes 120 grain. If you got a longer barrel, use a Barnes TTSX 140 grain or 139 grain LRX, and you'll be fine. Black bear, caribou, even moose, especially if you get like a cow moose tag or a small moose, small bull, you'll be fine. Yeah, 7mm 8 is actually 7mm 8 is the lowest caliber the Alaska Department of Fish and Game recommends for taking any species in Alaska, save bison. I would not take a bison with the 7mm 8. It would not be my first choice for taking a brown bear. But everything's got ear holes. Yeah, sure. Why not, Christopher? Hills and Hollers, how's it going? Do you do any trapping? How's fur prices up there? I don't do any. My buddy does it. They're pretty stout. If you were stuck in the Alaskan bush with no rifle but one handgun, what would it be? First of all, I would not be in that situation. If I go out to the bush on purpose, I've got a rifle. Okay? So, Joshua, love the fact that you're asking a hypothetical question. It's a dumb question. I would have a rifle. But to answer your question, sorry, I know I should say I'm a teacher. There's no such thing as a stupid question. Yes, there is. It's just better to ask a stupid question than correct a stupid answer. That's from Joe Paterno, who didn't correct a stupid answer and got fired and then died. Yeah, so rest in peace, Joe Paterno. Anyway, I would want if I had plenty of magazines with me, I would want my 10mm Glock Model 40 6.5 inch KKM. And the reason why I would want that is I could get a reasonable shot on small game, and I could also reasonably shoot big game with it. So Fur prices suck right now, Trapper. Okay, there you go. Good morning from New York City. Thank you, Michael Bell. Good morning to yourself. I guess it is morning there. It's 2:07 in the morning there, Michael. But yeah, enjoy yourself. Yeah. There you go. Joshua, I'd take a 357 Magnum. I want a 357 Magnum lever gun really bad. Like, if I were buying guns for the channel right now, it would be a 357 Magnum lever gun and a 44 Magnum lever gun. You have any issues with the new YouTube rules and demonetization? No, not yet. Chuck Snow Trapper. Nope, I am not. 308, Mike. Dwayne, Mike, 308's great, man. 308's a great caliber. And, I mean, these days, 308's almost as powerful as 30-06 was back in the day, 50 years ago, with the powders and stuff. Man, I'm 18-inch barrel. I'm getting 2890 in a 150 grain. And I'm not even at the max charge in the Barnes manual yet. So, yeah. Not the biggest, but it's very powerful and accurate. There you go. Good, is best in my opinion. I have a lifted V8 4Runner, super reliable. Yeah, cool, man. You need to drive it up here. Frosty Rose, good. How are you doing? Good. Opinions on 6.5 PRC. Okay, so I owned one for a little while. Actually, I owned two different ones. One was a horrible rifle. It was one of those Savage I was telling you about. And opinions on 6.5 PRC. I like 6.5 PRC. Like, I had two rifles, and I decided I would give one to my guy who came and ran the cameras all the time. And I wasn't paying him because YouTube doesn't pay me that much. And so I had a 6.5 by 284, which he really liked. And I had a 6.5 PRC. And then I started hand loading for the 6.5 by 284. And I got 1/4 inch groups. And I was like, I'm keeping the 6.5 by 284. Here's your 6.5 PRC. And it shoots pretty good. Yeah. I mean, it will take down any game in North America with a good bullet. Barnes LRX, Barnes TTSX. Very good bullets for that caliber. And they'll take down the Hornady CX is a good bullet. The Accubon long range. Or even the Accubon is a good bullet. The 130 grain Accubon. So, like, those are good bullets. 6.5 PRC is an excellent cartridge. And even though the gun I bought was the CZ600 Alpha, great bolt action, great action. The barrel and action are amazing. The stock was very wobbly. And so, just kind of is what it is. So, see what we can do. But I still got sub-MOA groups with that gun. They loved the ELDM. Did not like ELDX, which is okay because that fractures on game anyway, in my opinion and in my experience. It liked Norma Bond Strike. It liked hand-loaded LRX. I think it liked. It did not like the factory ones, though it was close. So, a nerd opinion on 10mm. Man, if you go check out the 10mm playlist on my channel, I'm carrying a 10mm right now. Like, I can't show you on YouTube, but I have a 10mm on my hip right now. All right, I carry a Glock 29 most of the time, man. So a nerd, 10mm is awesome, dude. A nerd, go look this up. I literally have a music video where I am singing 10mm is the best millimeter for me. 10mm is the best millimeter for me. Yeah, I have my opinion is so strong on 10mm that I have made a cheesy video about music video about it, a nerd. So everybody go look that up and share it. 10mm is the best millimeter for me. You will not get that unstuck from your head. You're welcome. I want a nice truck to haul my four-wheeler. I've always heard Chevy is good, but I don't know. Frosty, Toyota, dude. Toyota blows that Chevy. The only thing that Chevy's made in Mexico, the only thing made in Japan on a Toyota Tundra is the transmission, and boy, golly, do you want a made in Japan transmission. So, kind of is what it is. 4570, yeah, that's good, Mike Toon. I love my 4570. What type of 270 bullet would you use for Hawk? Going on a hunt for a bachelor party. Federal Terminal Ascent. Because that's what my 270 likes, and it's a good bullet. Also, Barnes LRX, TTSX, anything that holds together and penetrates well. So, to be fair to the one pistol questions, you could overturn a canoe boat and lose your rifle, etc., which I did once, yeah. just to make it to the bank with whatever pistol was attached to you, not outside the realm of possibility. Considering that I've done that, and then I literally found my rifle in that same river. Bullets for Bucks was there. Yeah. Oh, I was about to cry. I'd lost my favorite rifle, the 6.5 by 284. So I was literally, I was screaming like I was about to cry. I was like, my rifle! Yep. So there's that. Yeah. So Chris Heitzman, you're right. And I've overturned a kayak before. My rifle was on me. Um, yeah. So I've learned to strap that rifle in, strap it into the pack raft. Yeah, I learned my lesson. So yeah, is what it is. Just bought the Henry X Model 35738. Love it. Yeah, thanks for rubbing it in. No, good Rato. I like. Glad you enjoy it. Remington core lock for 270. I'll never use Remington core lock again. Go check out my video, Justin, on Remington core lock. It's 25-06 versus 270 versus 30-06. They all have 22-inch barrels. That 25-06 outperformed the 270. The 270 was loaded so light by Remington, it was not even funny. And it jacket separated. It didn't lock to the core. The 30-06 and the 25-06 did great, but not that 270. I will never use Remington core lock again. Extreme spreads for that ammo over the chronograph. Like, and it's not a big deal if you're shooting deer at 30 yards in an Alabama thicket, but why are you using a 270 for that anyway? But it's a huge deal if once you shoot past 300 or 400 yards. If you have 100 feet per second extreme spread, that's 3 or 4 inches. That bullet could be different, and you could miss. So it just is what it is. Yeah. Imagine the velocity of a 20-inch barrel. Yep, there you go. Or Norma for 270 for hog and muley and whitetail. Yeah, the Norma soft points are pretty good. The Norma Bond Strike is even better. I'm going to be reloading the bullets. Christopher Abernathy. Cool. What are you going to be reloading the bullets for? What type of 270? If you're going to be reloading the bullets, Christopher Abernathy, go with Barnes LRX or go with TTSX, Hornady CX. Those would be the bullets I go with. 140 grain nozzle partition. Yeah, those are the. There's a 150 grain Accubon long range. All those are good. Ever check out the Ruger Deerfield? Yeah, it's a cool gun, but man, 44 Magnum, 357 Magnum semi, nice trim. They ruined that by not making 10 or 12 round magazines and just making that 6-round Rotary magazine. They should have had banana magazines with 44 Magnum having 13, 14 rounds at the bottom of it. That's what they should have done with that gun. That's what ruined it for me. I'd much rather have a lever action and have a few more rounds. Henry 357 Magnum lever action is my favorite deer gun. Works very well. There you go, Hills and Hollers. Great channel, by the way. Y'all go tune into them. 10mm Great Bear gun. Yep, absolutely. Our key is good cars. No, that's the reason why they're called Killed in Action. KIA. I'll tell you this, Divineful. I used to work in LaGrange, Georgia at the Toyota dealership. Every Kia employee at the West Point plant, 10 miles down the road, would come buy Toyotas from us. In fact, I delivered a Toyota Sienna van to a manager at that plant. They don't believe in their own product. 10 mil is a tad better than 357 Magnum. Actually, in max loads, 357 Magnum is a little bit getting towards significant. Like, so the Buffalo Boar, Justin, look at my 10 millimeter versus 357 Magnum episode 2. I've got like 5 episodes on the playlist. But look at episode 2 with Buffalo Boar, and the 357 Magnum is getting just under 1,000 foot-pounds. I think it's like 957 foot-pounds, and 10 millimeter doesn't come close to that with that load. It might with some other loads in like a 9-inch barrel that I've done on the channel before, but yeah, you're not gonna get. It's hard to get over 900 foot-pounds with a 10 mil, and 357 Magnum Ruger bear loads can do it. So, okay, thank you for the advice. You're welcome. I have a SAR 9. USA 9mm. What are your thoughts about the ones I shot at IV88 were nice. I enjoyed them. Triggers were a little spongy, but I'm assuming that breaks in. So, Divineful, what's better in your personal preferences, rifle or handgun? Rifles are always better than the handguns. There's no. If you're hunting, if you're self-defense, like, okay, an AR-15 rifle puts 1,200 foot-pounds of energy. 1,000 to 1,200, depending on your barrel length and your load, of energy on target. That's what a 44 Magnum puts on target. Okay, that's why it's called an intermediate cartridge. It bridges the gap between handgun rounds and rifle rounds. It's an intermediate cartridge. All right, along with 30 carbine and 300 blackout and 6.5 Grendel and 6.8 millimeter by SVC2 and 25-45 sharps and a lot of other rounds that can go in the AR-15. So it's definitely better. Rifles are better in all sorts of ways. So there's if you twitch a rifle in a helmet defense situation, you're going to miss here instead of here. Okay. If you twitch a handgun, you're going to miss here instead of here. Okay. So you're more accurate with them. You have better recoil control, more follow-up shots, more powerful follow-up shots. Yeah, you can't beat a rifle for self-defense. William, what's up? I'm a huge fan of your channel. Thank you. If I came up for bear and moose, would you recommend any of the 30s with the LRX and TTX from the 306 to 300 Weatherby Mag? Yeah, any of them with whatever grain weight shoots best, from the 130 grain TTSX all the way up to the 175 LRX or the 190 LRX. Yeah, use them. Yeah, man. Yeah, or even there's a 208 grain LRX and a 200, I think. Some weird stuff like that. Yeah, use them. That's great, man. Man, I killed this moose behind me with a 6.5 by 284 with the Barnes LRX. So it's a 127 grain. If that can knock down a moose, any of those can knock down a moose. Whichever one's the most accurate rifle, whichever one's the lightest rifle, you'll be fine. It's a good gun to buy for a first-time buyer. Something for home protection to have fun with. If you're going to go and practice with it, KKZT, by the way, good question. What's a good gun to buy? If you're going to go and practice with it a lot, that's when you can get a handgun. Handguns, people tend to like jerk the trigger, right? Because they're bracing for the recoil and they'll shoot down, and you got to get over that. Okay? Everybody does it. Even Jerry Mikulek does it. He just does it 1% of 1% of 1% of what I do it, and I do it 1% of 1% of 1% of what you do it. You know, or what a new person would do it, generally speaking. Some people are talented and they don't need that. But so yeah, a handgun I don't recommend. Simply for that. Now, what I would recommend is some type of AR-15 in a 9mm caliber. All right, good for home defense, or a 45, or a 10 mil. Not going to have, it's a handgun cartridge in a rifle. You're not going to have any recoil to deal with. Make sure it runs the hollow points that you buy, and buy a bunch of those hollow points so you can stick them in the magazines and have a few good magazines loaded up with good hollow points. Yeah, my leaning would be get you a 16-inch carbine 9mm AR-15. They make those that take Glock magazines. You can stick Glock in, and then when you want to start with a handgun, get that. If you're not going to go practice a lot and learn how to sight in your rifle and that kind of stuff, then that's when you get a shotgun. Okay. I would recommend 20 gauge in a full-size shotgun, not like a youth, unless you are petite and, you know, woman or shorter man, shorter arms, then you could get a youth shotgun. But I recommend getting a full-size heavy one because it's heavier and you'll get less recoil. But I do recommend 20 gauge over 12 gauge because 20 gauge is still very plentiful. It's still more powerful than 44 Magnum. It's still going to put people down. I do have a 20 gauge loaded up. I have a 20 gauge youth gun loaded up as one of our home defense weapons. So if you're not going to go practice a lot, get your 20 gauge shotgun. You still need to practice once a month with it. Make sure you know how to work the action and function with it and all that kind of stuff. If you live here in Alaska, I'll teach you. Okay, you probably don't, but if you did, I would. AK Ballistics, maybe it was the gun. Justin, what were we talking about? Yeah, so Ruger's, Buffalo Bore does the Ruger Ballistics in a 4-inch barrel, and I had a 6-inch barrel. I also had a 6.5-inch barrel in the a KKM barrel in the 10 mil. So I had a 0.5-inch better in the 10 mil. It had the advantage, and it's a lock and breech. It's going to not lose anything like the cylinder. So go look it up. Go look up the video, Justin. It's episode 2 of my 10mm versus 357 series. So if one of my moderators could go out, copy and paste the link in here, that'd be great. 338 versus 12 gauge slug for brown bear close range. The answer to that is a 4570. A hard cast slug. Excuse me, I've had the weird burps lately. Um, yeah, uh, I like 338 because it's better. But it all has to do with the gun, the firearm. 338s are generally scoped bolt action weapons, so at close range you're getting off one shot. You might get off two or three with a 12 gauge slug because they're much easier to pump. Or it's a semi-auto and you can get off two, three, four rounds. The correct answer is a 45-70 lever action. So now, if you had a Browning BAR with 5 rounds of 338 Win Mag, and it was a bear defense, you could do that. Idaho and Outdoorsman's, man, how about 7mm for anything? Yeah, yeah, absolutely. I got a 7mm sitting right here. Moose. Uh, so I have videos on caliber versus like 7mm Vag versus 300 Win Mag. I just showed yesterday. It's just that video came out yesterday. Y'all go watch it and make sure you view it, please, and share it. I had a 480 Ruger versus 454 Casull in lever actions. Like, that video stalled a little bit. Make sure y'all go share that one too. My Some of my biggest things are 10mm versus 357. Guys, if you have a decent caliber with a proper bullet, one that's bonded and very accurate, or monolithic copper and it's going enough speed, caliber doesn't matter. It doesn't really matter, Idaho and Outdoorsman, if you use a 7mm 08 with a 139 grain LRX, or you use a 7mm Remington Magnum with a 130 grain LRX. If you put the bullet in the right place and stock your game well, that's great. Now, I have not killed anything with a 7mm 08. I have one right here. It's my son's. It's for him. I might hunt with it sometimes, but it's for him. Okay. It's an 18-inch barrel. It's a compact. We're going to load 120s in it. 120s with a near max charge are going about 29-20. All right, out of it. Whereas, max charge, they could go 30, 31 or 3150 if you had a full length barrel. So that's what we're doing. That 120 grain TTSX going a little slow speed is good enough for moose or caribou. All right. A full power 7mm 08 is technically just as powerful or more powerful than my 6.5 by 284 that I used to kill this moose right here. All right. But you can't see my hand tapping that. All right. I killed that moose with less than a 7mm 08 in theory. Okay. Better long range, higher BC gun, but not a necessarily more powerful foot-pounds of energy gun. Barnes bullets. Okay. My bad. I thought 10mm tested better than 357. Personally, I'm a 357 mag fan all day. Well, there you go, Justin. Well, you'll go like that video. That one. Yeah. 10mm typically penetrates better. So, there's some videos in that series where the 357 penetrates better, especially in hollow points. 10mm typically penetrates better. Justin, appreciate it though. Man. Give me a 3-inch slug over a 338, but it's got to be a 3-inch slug. I don't care about the 3-inch slug. I care more about the material of the slug, and is the slug going to flatten out? I've seen one of those soft Walmart 2 3/4-inch shells flatten out, go right through the guts. And my dad shot an 8-point buck right in the shoulder. It went right through the guts, and we found that bullet in the back leg on the opposite side. It went like this through the body because it flattened out so much. Same slugs, we were sighting the gun in or double checking where they zeroed. Shot them into a big oak tree in Tennessee on my grandparents' farm that we had at the time. Guess what? I pulled the bark back on that and pulled the bullet out of the wood. That thing really flattened out. The slug, whether it be in 2 3/4 or 3 or even 3.5-inch, isn't important. The material of the slug and penetrating is good. So something that has an all steel, penetrating slug in there, or a hard cast lead, or something like that. This is the Monolith 32s, which I think are called something else these days. This is so old. But yeah, something like that. All right. That can go through and penetrate. And if it's a slug, you want to waterproof it. Because typically they don't put the water sealant on slugs that they do on duck and bird rounds. You doing any muzzleloader hunting? Not yet. Yeah. There's some permits that it would give me much better permits for. So, favorite way to cook ducks? Mallards. I like mallards. Or wood duck. And wrap them in, marinate them in orange Fanta soda and soy sauce. I can't drink those things anymore because of my diet. So I use coconut amino acids and carbonated sparkling water, whatever flavor you want. Let it soak in there for about 30 minutes to an hour before you cook it. Make sure it's thaw when you don't put it in there frozen. And then wrap it in bacon and put it on a grill. You're good. Yeah, no special season here. There's only special stuff. KKZT. Thank you, brother. You're welcome. All right. Yeah, if there's anything I can do for you, drop a comment in any of my videos. I got 42,000 something subscribers, almost 43. But if you drop a comment in my video and ask a question, doesn't have to be related to the video, I will try my best to answer it. It goes to my phone like a text message, dude. So that I get a notification pop up and everything. What are your thoughts on a combat knife? I was never a military guy, and I'm not a knife fighter. I'm not the one to ask. You want to ask Michael Kaler on his channel. So, I own a 1300 Winchester Youth Model 20 gauge. I am jealous. The Winchester 1300 is one of the best pumps ever made. What are your thoughts on an AK? I want to get one. I have that AK-12 Chinese-made shotgun. I like it. I want to get one. I do. I got too much stuff right now to go before it. And the other thing is like if I get one, I'll probably get a PSA that takes the 5.56 mags that they do that PSA and the simple reason for that is because PSA is because 5.56 I got a bunch of it. I can get a bunch of it fairly cheap, but up here 7.62 by 39 hadn't come down yet. You're paying 75 cents a round up here because you got to buy ammo on the shelf up here, or you have to send it through an importer exporter and add $50 a box or a case to your already shipping to get it up here. So that's that. Good evening from Wasilla. What's up, Kyle McGrath? How you doing? I was wondering what are your thoughts on 308 for moose? Do it, man. Those are my thoughts. Like I carry my 308 up behind my house all the time. All right, you're less than 20 miles from me. I carry it up, like where I live in the valley here. I can literally walk up the mountain behind my house and hunt, and I carry 308 all the time up there. 150 grain Barnes TTSX. Just use good Barnes TTSX bullets or LRX bullets or Federal Fusion, all that stuff. Just use that, and you're good to go. Good boots, shoes, socks. My favorite socks for hiking are actually just the Cabela's medium weight wool. They're really good. Overall foot care in the field, just wash your feet. Like I just take foot wipes and do that. Like that's that. 460 Smith & Wesson. It's a great caliber, dude. If you can learn to control it, great. I prefer the 460 Wesson over the 500 because you can put in 45 long Colt. You can put in 454 Casull and kind of work your way up into power, and there are perfectly good 45 long Colt loads for bear defense and 454 Casull loads for bear defense. So perfect good stuff. Good stuff. The time I take off work to get a moose, which would be 4 days, I might as well cashed out my PTO and bought $1,000 for the beats from the grocery store. There you go. I don't disagree with you, brother. I know. What's up, Russ Dennis? Good to see you. Yeah, thanks, USA. Peace sign USA. Link for the 10mm versus 357 Magnum right there. Looks like he put it in twice, guys. So, Justin, there he put in the link there for you. Go click on that and come back. Thank you for responding. I was thinking LRX or TTSX and 338 Win Mag outside my 3006 300 Weatherby. Again, huge fan. Watched almost all the videos. I appreciate that, William. I really, yeah. You're fine. I would consider the Hornady CX as well. It's a pretty good bullet so far in my testing. I would also consider like factory ammo. They don't like you can't find the bullets, but factory ammo. Don't skip on the Federal Terminal Ascent. Like that. Don't skip on that. You'll be fine. This isn't hunting. This is needless fixation on the tool instead of the hunter's capacity. Well, you have your opinion. Well, this is a gun channel first, but you go buy your 100 pounds of beef. Draco Quack. Sig or Glock? I own both. I I like SIG's old double actions, 226, 229, 239. I posted a good link for PSA today, how to use at law enforcement turn-in 226s. So yeah, go check out my MeWe page or my Twitter X feed. My Twitter X feed is at AK Ballistics. You can find it there, at AK Ballistics. So yeah, kind of is what it is. Hamburgers $8 a pound here. Dang, it's only $4 to $5 a pound here, dude. Are you in Fairbanks, Trapper Scotty? Or are you not buying at Three Bears? Like, Three Bears has it, so. I have a Russian Sega 12 AK and a Norinco Mac 90 7.62 by 39 AK. Love them. Cool, man. I need to get those. Yeah, all those guns in your arsenal, but you're the only one to. So not out of necessity, but out of consumption. Well, you know what? We like having guns in our arsenal. We like learning different things, dude. It's called being an American. Okay? I know they say if you're the man that has one rifle because he knows how to use it, but I know how to use about 5 or 6 of mine. You don't want to stand in front of them. And the other ones, you wouldn't want to be within 400 or 500 yards then either. Glock, yeah. Glock is generally that. Okay, which is better in 308, the TSX or the TTSX? Do they behave differently? Okay, yeah, the TSX needs speed. So if you're doing the TSX 130 grain or 110 grain, it needs to go really fast. I had it in a 7 mag. I had a TSX fail to expand because it's 160 grain. It failed to expand on a black bear at 319 yards. Excuse me, 319 yards. It failed to expand on a black bear. Just is what it is. All right, TTSX would have expanded on a black bear because it goes down. It'll expand down to lower things. So, like in 308 Winchester, you could get away with 130 grain, 150 grain, 165 grain TTSX, all the way out to 400 yards, really, for the 165, and 500 or 600 for the 130, and right in between with the 150. I shoot 150 out of mine. It's great, TTSX. So, am I going to load up some 110 grain TSX for it? Absolutely, yes. But that's just for video purposes. I'm not going to do it for anything else. I probably wouldn't take them hunting. So, what's up, Russ Dennis? Calling on me for what? Pointing out that beef is expensive and $1,000 will barely buy you as much meat as a large deer? There you go. Casso, how you doing, brother? How you doing, Sage Mueller? Three Bears Big Lake. Oh, okay. Three Bears Big Lake. Well, it must have gone up since I bought it in Three Bears here around here. What's up, Untouchable? How you doing? What's the caribou up trip to it? How's the caribou up in the Prudhoe Bay with the hot days up there? It's pretty good. I mean, it's not always hot, and is what it is. Glocks with switches are illegal. I have to say that. All right, or technically not illegal because the Second Amendment protects them, but you know the ATF will enforce you and will arrest you. So is what it is. Hello, first time here. Never hunted before, and I live in Florida. Would love to hunt deer or boar. Sweet, man. Louis, what rifles and guns do you have already? Take something you already have. It'll kill a deer or not. Let's see. Am I right when I say the 300 Win Mag is more powerful than the 7 Mag, but this 7 has better ballistic coefficient? Yes, you are absolutely right. Okay. That being said, I just put out a video on the 300 Win Mag versus 7 Mag yesterday. I've got 2 videos in that series. And I'll probably have a third at some point. Hopefully soon. Innomatic Gwitchin, everybody go subscribe to Innomatic Gwitchin. Great channel. How you doing, brother? 556 is all I have. Cool. That's all you need. I lived in Georgia for most of my life. I've been in Alaska the last 11 years. But majority of my life I've lived in Georgia, a couple in Mississippi. I have taken a 556 AR-15 20-inch barrel. And I used a 55 grain VMAX because that's what that rifle liked to shoot, and I put it right there on several Georgia deer, and they just did and plop. Okay, so get accurate, get a good scope on it. If that's all you have is a 556, go take a deer hunting. Learn your regulations. You might have to have a 5-round mag. You might not be able to use it. You might have to get something bigger. Okay, get a 300 blackout and put it on upper and put it on top. Get a 458 SOCOM upper and put it on top. And then go hunt your hogs and your things. Get 300 blackout. 458 SOCOM's really expensive. Okay, I think the stuff I buy up here, because I haven't started hand loading, is like $85 a box. Yeah. What are your thoughts on Ruger Mini 14 for hunting deer? Again, using something like 60 grain or 75 grain interlocks. Make sure your twist rate is okay, because those Ruger Mini 14s had a 1 in 14 twist rate when they came out, and I think they upped them to 1 in 12, and the modern ones come with a 1 in 9. 1 in 9 is not going to stabilize the 75 grain interlock. They do feed soft points better than the AR feed ramps, so AR feed ramps will mess up some soft points. I still think you're better off with the 62 grain TTSX. But yeah, if that's what you have, do it, man. Armadillo. I didn't kill any deer with my Mini 14 when I had one, but I got rid of one because I realized AR-15 is just so much better gun. Until you play the A-Team theme in your background. Good. Bears are starting to pop out along the rivers. Cool. Will you do more 6.5 creep, more velocity videos again? Just asking. I have one coming out next week, and I have 3 more to edit. So, Kevin Costello, yes. I can answer yes to that one. Thank you, Kevin. I appreciate you. But yeah, I will be doing more, and I'll definitely do more. So, Trapper Scotty, wow, good deal. Thank you. I appreciate that. Yeah, no problem, Louis. Yeah, if you have an AR, look at your Florida regulations. If it allows you to use a 22 caliber centerfire bullet, just take that. Go find you some good, dense hunting rounds that are going to stay together, but expand. So something like Barnes TTSX, something like Hornady CX, or GMX. I have a box of the Hornady stuff over here. The Spear Gold Dot soft points that are bonded are pretty good. Fusion has an MSR. Those are pretty good. Buy you a box of each one of those, Louis. Buy you one box of each. Go to the range. Fire a 5-shot or 3-shot group, whatever you want to do. Whichever one's the most accurate, that's what you use. Go buy more boxes of it. There you go. And honestly, so the way I do my AR-15s is they are all loaded with 62 grain 5.56 TTSX loaded by Barnes. Okay, they are all loaded with factory ammo loaded by Barnes, 62 grain TTSX. And I have a magazine around here somewhere with that in there. Okay, they're all loaded with that. Okay. I'm not showing a gun on YouTube, I'm just showing part of the ammo. They're all loaded with that. And guess what? Alright, I can stick that ammo in any one of my guns, and I know 2 of them are printing less than an inch at 100 yards with that. And then there's a couple of others that are 1.5, 1.2. Okay, I don't care. I got that all loaded in my guns. I got spare mags with that in it, and I got spare boxes of ammo on the shelf. Alright? But that's from doing that same testing and seeing what would do, because now I know that if I have to bug out with my AR-15 in a 223, I've got a bullet that I know I can headshot a moose, headshot a bear. I'm fine. Okay? So, that's all of that. Please say happy birthday to Lucy. Happy birthday to you, Lucy. Alright, been loving my 450 Bushmaster the last few years, taking black bear, grizz, and caribou. Sweet, dude. I need to come up with you and hunt. We need to get together. In a matter of glitching, have you emailed me and I've given you my phone number? Email me and I'm at glitching. Give me my phone number. We'll figure something out. Did you load or shoot any 7.2 Six Flags flap rounds and tungsten cord for the? No, I did not. That would be fun though. Gotta love the A-Team and their inability to hit things, which is why, yeah, they had a Mini 14. That's why they couldn't hit things. Black powder or shotgun for turkey? Actually, both have their advantages. Shotgun's easier to learn, all that stuff. But black powder, you can actually reach out a little bit further. You don't have to. You can call that turkey into 70 yards instead of 30. You know. So that's what it is. So Jesus Lopez, I hope that answers your question. Good night, Anonymous F. What's up? Rusty Shackle 280. I love 280. 308 versus 270 for caribou. What's your choice? 7mm Remington Magnum. I would choose 308 out of those two, mainly because I hate the 270. But guess what? When I was going up for caribou this year, before my back was twitching on the way up there, I brought my 270. So I guess my intellectual answer is 308. My practical answer for that particular trim was the 270. And the reason why is because the 270 is a Tikka T3X and it weighs very little. And my AR-10 is a 308 and it weighs a lot. And whether I'd rather have my AR-10 308, this was going to be a hike and hunt, 270 was the way to go. What's your opinion on the war in Gaza? I don't keep up with it much, and so my opinion is not that good. I know that the people in Gaza should not have attacked Israel. That's beyond that much. Now, how Israel sweeping through Gaza? I mean, they're doing what they got to do. That's the way I see it. But at the same time, they're trying to minimize civilian damages, and they wanted the Palestinians and the Gazans to go to Egypt, and it was Hamas that actually blocked them. So, yeah, it is what it is. Shotgun all day for turkeys. There you go. That's all I know. I do have some Hornady 55 grain soft points. I wonder how they do on deer. There you go. Do it. Um, Armadillo Wrangler. Winchester makes a 64 grain power point. It's pretty good, and they loaded a 60. There's a 64 grain Nosler Petition. That's actually pretty good too. All right. Yeehaw, Chevy SS low in 11. Taking Black Bear every year with my 223 loaded with Barnes. There you go. Been considering a few builds for new AR and 300 Blackout. What do you think of binary triggers? Uh, Binary triggers are hard to get to run correctly. Sometimes you gotta try with gas systems and bolts and different magazine spreads. They're really hard to get run correctly. If you're gonna get one, the Fostech is better than the Franklin Arsenal. All right, that's been my that has been my experience. Okay, so get a blot. Don't need much more. What's a blot? Would you love to try FX05 Mexican rifle? Sure. Green Infinite, thank you. That's what I have is an AR-107 twist. I'll leave you alone. You don't need to leave me alone. Ask as many questions you want. Now, I will say this. If you're going to do a lot of hunting, get you something else eventually. But make sure you like hunting first. Make sure you like hunting first. Yeah, it is what it is. So, love you, bro. Thanks, Prevender. Dyson Fisher, 30-06 or 76 by 54. I think you mean 7.62 by 54 rimmed Russian. So, yeah. My battery is about to die. I say go 30-6 because there's way more ammo selection here. I bought a Christensen Mesa 300 PRC for $300. You think that was a steal? Yes. I'll buy it from you for $400. Also, what's your thoughts on 300 PRC? I got it for out. 300 PRC is an awesome caliber. All right, it's a great one. All right, one black Eco. Hey, bro, what's up? How you doing? All right, my battery for my phone is literally about to die. So, guys, I'm going to go ahead and call it a night. So, guys, this was great. I had a lot of people in here. Appreciate all y'all. We got the moose antlers up finally on the wall. And, guys, I go watch every gun video on YouTube and share them. Everybody, whether they're a big creator or small creator, share the video because YouTube's hurting us in the algorithm. So they're not demonetizing my channel. They're just not showing my channel. That's what happens a lot. So y'all go do that. Guys, Godspeed and good hunting to all of y'all. And I will see y'all in the next revolution. Guys, appreciate you. If you have any comments or questions, just put them on any video if you got any questions, and I'll answer them. Doesn't matter if it's related or not. All right, guys. Take care. Cherry Berry, appreciate you. Armadillo Wrangler, nice to meet you. Thanks for being here. It's from an estate sale. Yeah, so Armadillo Wrangler, if it's scoped and it's from an estate sale, you need to check. Call Ruger, ask the twist rate by the serial number. So that's that. All right. See you at the range, guys. Godspeed and good hunting.